Hello everyone, welcome to this lecture. My name is Ishrat Naz, Assistant Professor from Faculty of Commerce and Management. And today we are going to discuss the topic brand management. First of all, we need to understand what is a brand. Many of us have used this term in our daily lives. We have gone to shops, various shops. For example, we go to a shop and we would like to buy a pair of shoes. And what we usually say to our shopkeeper, that show me something branded, show me some branded products, right? But do we actually know what a brand means? So here, first of all, we will define what actually is a brand. According to American Marketing Association, brand was defined as a brand is a name, term, design, symbol, or any other feature that identifies one seller goods and services as different from the others. So, we know that brand is not always, we are talking about product, right? For example, we take the similar example of shoes. Here, we talk about brand versus product. Generally, people get confused between these two, but these are very different things. Product is something that is offered by any organization or any company, that is manufactured in a company, that is made in a factory, right? Whereas brand is something that is made or created in the minds of the consumer. It is not something that is made in the factory or manufactured, right? Similarly, people always often get confused between brand and company name. For example, we take example of Nike. Is it a brand or just a company name? It is both, because as we know that on official paper terms, the company's name is Nike, right? But when we think of Nike, right, as a brand, we know that it stands for something of good quality or something sportswear, right? Sports equipment. So that is the brand that company has created in the minds of consumers, right? Similarly, brand is often get confused with the term trademark. Brand versus trademark. It is not always the case that every brand is related to trademark. In fact, there is a general saying that every brand is a trademark, but not every trademark is a brand, right? For example, we see that there is a trademark of McDonald's. We have seen that there is a big M kind of structure. So that is a trademark, right? But when we talk about MACD or McDonald's in general, we as Indian consumers tend to think about something that is a quick restaurant and that is affordable for Indian consumers, right? So here we can understand that there is a difference between trademark and brands. Now we need to discuss brand elements. Brand elements are those things which are generally needed to create a brand. That is what is a brand generally consists of. So there is nothing hard and fast rule that a brand should include only these things, but in a general way, it generally includes these things. For example, a brand element would be a name of a company, or any specific logo or design, you can say. Then the usage or the feature, the benefits that a certain brand is offering, right? Then we have tagline. Certain brands have certain taglines. Then we have sound, tastes, experience, smell, packaging, etc. We need to give some examples here. For example, we all have heard the name of Tesla. So when we hear this name Tesla, what comes into our mind? Tesla is something that, as we know that it's a luxury car brand, but among the segment of luxury cars, Tesla is in the higher segment. In all the luxury car segment, Tesla comes at the topmost. Therefore, what Tesla does, that it do not include the pricing strategy, the price content in their branding strategies. They don't include that because they know they are on the higher end. So what they include in their branding strategies, they talk about quality, they talk about how fast it is, right? They talk about how technological advanced their vehicles are, right? So that is the branding strategy they have created in the minds of consumers. Similarly, when we talk about Nike, as we have discussed just now, Nike, we have always heard that term, just do it, right? And there is a tick mark. So that tick mark is a logo, right? So whenever we see a tick mark like that, we know that it belongs to Nike, right? So Nike has that logo as well and a tagline as well, just do it. What does that tagline stands for? It has created an image in the minds of consumers that Nike stands for something motivational, something enthusiastic, something energetic, something motivational, or you can say something that a person should just do it without even thinking. You can say empowerment, right? We have seen various ads of Nike where recently there is an ad of Nike which featuring all the sports women in that ad. How they have shown that how they have empowered themselves by focusing on what they want to do, by focusing on their interest, right? So that is Nike. They have created that brand image in the minds of consumers. Then we have Apple, a very famous example. We have that Apple logo, right? So that Apple, a small bite has been taken out, and that Apple, that is a logo of Apple, right? Wherever we see that, we know that's an Apple logo. But on the other hand, Apple also stands, they have created a brand image in the minds of consumer that it stands for something innovative, something ahead of its time, something that other companies have not offered, right? Imaginative, creative, innovative, right? So what people who are using the Apple products, they tends to relate themselves with that brand. For example, if you buy an Apple product, right, you try to showcase to other people that you are somewhat different from others, you're somewhat unique from others, whether it's an Apple iPhone or MacBook, whatever you are buying, right? So you try to convey the message that I am a bit unique than others, I am a bit innovative, I am a bit creative than rest of the others, right? Similarly, we have a Coca-Cola. Whenever we talk about branding strategies, we cannot skip the company Coca-Cola. They have been here since decades. They are like veterans in this field. Coca-Cola has made it possible to stay in this field, to stay in this brand, to make their branding strategies from decades. It includes their taste. We have discussed about brand elements, taste. They generally talk about the taste, their specific taste, what it provides, right? Then we have, for example, we have Starbucks, or you can say CCD. Starbucks, why, as these days Starbucks has been a very famous in our country, right? We usually see that whenever someone goes to Starbucks, they always try to get a picture to post it on Instagram. Why is it so? Because Starbucks is comparatively a new thing in Indian market. So, and it does not only sell a coffee, they sell experience, the ambience they have created in their shops, or you can say they give customized products. You know, there are some names written on your on the cup of coffee cup, your name with your name, so people feel a good thing about that. Similarly, we have CCD. It is not just about coffee. There is a famous tagline of CCD: a lot can happen over coffee. So what it tries to convey? It is trying to convey that coffee is not just a thing to consume, right? It is more than that. It is about experience. It is about with whom you are consuming that coffee, right? It is about quality time. So that's the brand image they are trying to make in the minds of consumers. Then we have Google, the famous example. Google, however, we know that it's a name, it's a company name, but now they have captured market so well that Google is now synonymous to search. Whenever we say that, okay, search this, we say Google it. You know, so that's so much of a strong brand image they have created, right? Then we have Amazon. Many of you might have noticed that Amazon, when we see the title, it shows an arrow which goes from A to Z, right? So what this arrow depicts? This arrow basically they are trying to convey that they are offering so many variety of products, that much wide range of products, whether from A to Z, right? What you name it, and they are providing it. And it also conveys that their delivery network, no matter where you are living, no matter how far you are living, they are going to deliver the products. That shows A to Z, no matter how far it is, right? Then we have Intel. We have heard a famous Intel tagline, Intel Inside. So why is that? Intel Inside. Because there is a term in branding, we call it as ingredient branding. What is ingredient branding? Ingredient branding is something that we are including, or we are incorporating that certain thing in the manufacturing of a product. And that ingredient is popular in itself, right? For example, whenever we try to go for a laptop buying, we are going for laptop search. What we do, for example, we go to Flipkart and we are trying to search laptops. So there is a filter option, right? In that filter option, there is a processor. So many of us who want Intel processor, they just go and click to the filter that we want Intel processor, right? So why is it? Intel Inside. Intel Inside means the Intel processors are the reason that these laptops are performing so fast, so well, right? So they are creating that brand image. Whether if there is Intel inside, then that will be a work performance will be very good. Next we will take a very famous Indian example, that is BoroPlus. We all have seen the BoroPlus ads. First of all, we know that they have branded their product as the antiseptic cream, or you can say use everywhere, whether it's a small cut or a small injury, whatever it is, they will try to make it as it is usable in almost every, like a first aid kind of thing, right? So they have created a brand image like this. In fact, on a lighter note, there are people who are, I have seen this thing that there are certain people in some organization that who gets all the work from every department. Okay, this person is good, okay, you do that. Okay, from that department also they are getting that. So sometimes they call themselves as our BoroPlus of the department. Like they can be fit to anywhere, right? So similarly, we have a famous example, Fair and Lovely. We will not discuss whether it's a negative branding or positive branding, but Fair and Lovely has created a strong brand image in the minds of Indian consumers that Fair and Lovely means beauty. And there is also a color attached to that. We have that, you have seen that in brand elements, we have color as well. So Fair and Lovely is associated with a color as well, pink. If there is a pink, they always going to feature their ads and banners and everything in pink, right? And pink is generally denotes for females or girls. So they have this product with the target audience of female. However, they have now introduced certain products for men as well, but originally it was for women, and that too for beauty. Okay. Similarly, we have McDonald's. We have discussed a few minutes earlier that McDonald's is, as we know that there is a big M, that is the logo of McDonald's, but it's not just about the logo, right? McD, for Indian consumers, McD is something that is affordable, a quick restaurant chain that is affordable for Indian consumers, right? So we know that they have created a brand. They have that so much of combo offers available. They have that Mac Aloo Tikki and so much of things. So they know that it will be to create a brand image that it is comfortable to have it and affordable as well, right? Then we will discuss Netflix, very common these days, Netflix. So you might have noticed that whenever you start a video on Netflix, there is a sound attached, right? There is a sound. Netflix logo appears and there is a sound. And that sound is the branding strategy of Netflix. So whenever you hear that sound somewhere, you know that it belongs to Netflix. Similarly, we have IPL example. There is a tune of IPL, right? Where it gets played every now and then in the cricket stadium. So people associate it with IPL. That's the brand image they have created, right? They try to you can say create excitement, or you can say try to create enthusiasm in the people whenever they hear this sound. Okay, so there is brand element sound. So next we will discuss Trivago, a very famous example. It was Trivago ad was all over the TV last, I think, couple of years back. So what they tried to convey, they have created a brand image in such a way that Trivago means compare. They have created a brand image that instead of wasting so much time by going several different websites for ticket booking or hotel booking or flight booking, you just need to go to Trivago and compare prices and book it, right? So they have branded their product as like this, that compare prices easily. Then we have a very famous example, Dove. Whenever you hear this term Dove, there is a certain instant thought that Dove, like it means gentle, it means soft, right? So they have a logo of the Dove logo have that bird, a very sweet bird, which is, we refer it as that is very gentle or soft or caring, right? So they have created a brand image like that. They have used that logo to convey their message that this product is very gentle on skin, this product is very soft, will create, right? Then we have a famous example for Indian consumers, that is fog, right? We have all have heard that name. Kya chal raha hai? Fog chal raha hai, right? So why is that? They have created this brand image that this time this is trending. In all the Indian markets, what's trending? Fog is trending. So what they have used the tagline? Fog chal raha hai, right? There is a very famous example of, you might have heard them, Seagram Imperial Brew, and that is men will be men, right? They have created certain ads which they try in a funny way or in a comic way, they try to convey that men will be men, and then Seagram Imperial Brew and CD. So they have tried to convey the message that this brand belongs to this particular thought or this particular concept, right? Similarly, the branding is not always about products, or you can say services. It's not only about that. We have personal brand as well, like individuals who are brand in themselves, right? For example, in marketing, we all have heard about Philip Kotler. Who is he? The father of modern marketing. So Philip Kotler is in himself is a brand, right? For example, if he is invited to any conference, or if he is invited to any seminar or any guest lecture, that particular or you can say organizers of that particular event will portray Philip Kotler in a big banner on their ads. Why? Because Philip Kotler himself is a brand. Similarly, we have Elon Musk, right? Elon Musk of Tesla. So whenever we hear this name Elon Musk, we get this idea that okay, this is something about technology, this is something about luxury cars, or this is something about latest that has been spacecraft product that has been issued. So whenever we hear this name Elon Musk, we try to associate it with this. We also have a famous politician in our country, Shashi Tharoor. He himself is a brand these days. If we talk about whenever we hear this name Shashi Tharoor, we try to associate it with, we automatically associate it with English, right? A very good English, a very good pronunciation, like a very good vocabulary, right? So he himself has created a brand. We have Sachin Tendulkar. Whenever there is a name Sachin Tendulkar, we know there is excellence, there is a best performance, there is cricket, right? And we have that Shah Rukh Khan. We have, so whenever we hear this name Shah Rukh Khan, okay, king of Bollywood. In fact, it is such a brand that we usually people say that he is the Shah Rukh Khan of our department. Why is that? That is a brand. It has created a brand image. Okay. Similarly, we have Ratan Tata. Ratan Tata brand image is getting so much of positive response these days. So whenever we talk about Ratan Tata, we automatically connects it with that, okay, this is a business with empathy, because he is getting very famous for how he is so much careful for his employees, how he has that empathy towards his employees, right? So that's the brand image he carries. So that's, we are discussing that brand is not always about any product or services. It is much beyond that. And branding, or you can say brand management, is a thing on a boom these days. Every company is trying to create a brand that can stick in the minds of consumers. Not every brand is able to, you can say, to create a long-term impact on consumers. There are certain brands who can do that, and every company is trying to get that. It is an achievement of a company. If you can make customers to remember your brand, or remember your company name, or remember your product for a long period of time, that is what that matters. So in a nutshell, this is all about brand management. In the next lecture, we will discuss what creates brand, that is brand equity.